Hi everyone, my name is Tyler Oakley, and I have been talking about myself for 12 damn years, so I feel like y'all know a lot about me, but then it hits me when I meet somebody and they're like, oh, you're different than I expected. Or when I read something about me and I'm like, oh, they really have a different idea of who I am. Who I think people know me as is different than how people know me. So, with all of that in mind, there is a trend right now on YouTube of people reacting to assumptions that y'all have about them. And I find it really interesting because sometimes you're confronted with these truths that are not truths about you, and sometimes you don't have the opportunity to dispel those rumors or confirm those things or to even explain yourself. And so today I'm going to open Pandora's box. I asked you guys on Instagram to submit what assumptions you have about me, and I'm gonna go through a few and maybe tell you if they're true. Now, before I begin, I'm assuming you're going to give this video a thumbs up. Was I right? Am I right? Go push the thumbs up button. Ooh, this one says that you're not as peppy in person or that your screen persona is drastically different. Maybe like my early videos, I was really amping it up. I feel like nowadays this is so what you see is what you get. But yeah, I look back at my earlier videos and I think, oh baby, what did you think you had to be? And I would have the sassy gay accent. So in a way, if you're watching older videos, then that is accurate. If you're watching current videos, you probably can tell that's not accurate. Oh my God. This person says, you're difficult to be in a relationship with. No offense, love you lots. You'll have to ask all of my exes. I think I'm great. Oh my God, another person said the same. You're hard to have a relationship with. Maybe the assumption is because I am a very public person, and the assumption there is it must be hard to date me because that's really public. I don't know. If there's one thing that I am happy about is that I think I take a really big step back and away from all of this in my own personal life. And so when I date somebody, y'all don't even really know the details or anything about the relationship because I hold it sacred and I try to keep it separate. Maybe the assumption's more about dating a YouTuber than it is about me. I think I'm an angel. I'm sweet. This one says, you first started going to the gym to look at cute boys. Well, you know, reeled me in somehow. No, actually, the opposite effect happens when my gym is filled to the brim with hot guys. It's intimidatingly full of hot guys. And yes, I want to go look at them, but I also feel like, oh my God, I should not be here. So as much as I feel like that could have been true, and that is a fair assumption, it is in no way true. Oh my God, I have never read an assumption that could not be more wrong. This one is, you're a lot taller than you look. I have never been told in person, oh my God, you're taller than I thought you'd be. Never. Every time I go and speak at a school or go to a convention or anything, a million of you just say, oh my God, you're shorter than I thought you'd be. And I'm like, thanks. This person says, you had a glow up. Is that an assumption? I feel like that's the truth. You know, it's funny to see you now and think that this is the best version of you. Just you wait. You will look back at what you look like today, even if you could be so confident right now. I felt like I was so cute and confident before, and now I feel even more cute and confident. So I feel like everyone's always glowing up at all moments. That's a truth. This person says, you'd never be friends with an overweight gay guy. And that actually really bums me out that somebody could think that about me, because I feel like I've talked to you guys about body image stuff and how everyone's on their journey, and I've been on my own journey of health and fitness and figuring out my own body and coming to love my body. And so the last type of person I would ever not let be in my life is somebody who's a different size or shape than me, because I know what that's like. If anybody's ever like, oh, can so-and-so come over if I'm having a pregame or a party at my house, the only question I ask is if they're nice. Honestly, because there are a lot of mean gays and there's a lot of snarky gays, and that's not the energy I want in my life. And so the thought that I would not let somebody into my home or into my life because of anything about how they look or anything like that, that's no. But if you're mean, not welcome. Oh my God, this is really sweet. This person says, you hit a YouTube low trying to force content, but you found enjoyment again. That I would say is true. I don't think I ever really talk about it, that churning out content is a challenge, and especially when it's all I've done for a long, long time. Yeah, I definitely had a low point where I was like, fuck, what is the purpose? And now I do feel like I enjoy what I'm making again. So yeah, that's a fair assumption. You have dated people that you introduced as friends on your channel. That is true. I have dated some of the people that I have told you are just my friends. But you know, sometimes you date people and it doesn't work out and then they become your friends. So like, is it really that true? Oh my God, this person says, I assume you don't talk to Cory anymore. We have a podcast together. Even if we didn't want to, we have to every single week. I keep up with Cory more than probably anyone else in my life. So no, you're wrong. Oh my God, this person says you've been to a gangbang. Gangbang seems so aggressive, and what's the number count for a gangbang? I don't know how to answer that because I don't know the qualifications for a gangbang. So that within itself tells you something. You want to dye your hair green. That could not be more false. In no realm, shape, world, any capacity do I want to dye my hair again. Oh, this person says, I assume you're in a constantly upbeat mood. You don't ever look at something in a negative light. Oh, and it goes perfectly with the next one. Your mental health seems good right now. Well, you guys, you see a highlight reel of what I want to share. I have a lot of really bad moments. I have a lot of really down times. I deal with a lot of stuff. Usually, if I'm down or going through it, the last thing I want to do is film a video, so you're never going to see that side of me. So no, my mental health actually is kind of good right now. I'm figuring it out. This person says you took steroids at one point or another. I know people that have done steroids. There's a problem in the gay community with people with body image issues and feeling like you have to look a certain way, and I'm sure Instagram does not help with that, but that is a thing that I know a lot of people who suspect other people to do, and in West Hollywood, that's a thing that's like a reality, but that is not for me. Ooh, this one is something. It says, T, you and Troy stopped being friends in 2015 and are now friends again. Well, you're not entirely wrong. We never like got in a huge fight, but like friends ebb and flow. Right now, we're good. Someone on the low runs your social media for you. If only. Honestly, that would be nice if I had somebody like ghostwriting my tweets. It would be nice if somebody ran my social media, but no. This person says, I assume you went through a breakup and you are still dealing with it. True. I'd never talk about relationships, and then yeah, and so it feels very weird to talk about it. But yes, she's single. Breakups are so weird. Like, it's like for the best, but it's bittersweet and sad, and you get it. So yes, you're right. When you see a dog on the street, you immediately ask to pet it. This is false. I do not ask. I just pet it. I can't help myself. Oh, these are perfect, right back to back. This one says, I assume you're a pretty aggressive top, and then the next one is power bottom. So glad I'm keeping y'all guessing. You've hooked up with another YouTuber. That is true. Well, does that clear up the rumors? Does that answer all your pressing thoughts about me? I feel like I'm a pretty open book. Yeah, I was expecting much harsher things, but I feel like you guys get me. You know me. Are there assumptions you have about me that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll go through and answer a whole bunch of them and confirm or deny or explain if you have a good one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. Have a good life. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Okay, bye.